Hey. Hi. Hey. Yeah, we're actually so back. We're actually so back. We're so back. We're so back. How did that start? How did that trend start? We're so you're back. Ugh. Well, welcome back to No One Listens to Kindle, the podcast where I talk like no one's listening because no one listens to me. Big ups, big shout out to the four friends, my four friends for watching the first episode, episode 0. Like, you're actually so real. You're actually so true. Like, you're actually everything to me. Thank you so much. And we are so back. We are, in fact, so back. And you'll be happy to hear. And I'm proud to say that I have a document with topics so that I actually make some sort of sense throughout the entirety of this. And the crowd went wild. We're in my bedroom today. Oh, let me bring you in closer. This is so intimate. We're in my bedroom today. I'm rocking my Canadian tuxedo. It's a double denim sort of autumn. Is it fall yet? No. It's still 100 degrees outside. But in my head, I'm experiencing a crispy New York autumn with jazz playing. And that is why I'm wearing my Canadian tuxedo. Does that make any sense? Probably not. In my cup, I have a caramel macchiato. On my fingernails, I have nails. Okay, I'm not really a nail girl, mostly just because I cannot type properly in them. And I am a teacher and I do require typing. And I thought I was getting them short, and it's still like kind of like inhibiting my ability to type, but not as bad. Love them, love them. My friend started a nail business, and she's just been so supportive of me over the past year. So I was like, let me go get my nails done. Nobody told me that it takes that long, that it's such like an intensive process. Um, I was trying to relax, but I'm not really a relaxation kind of person. Like, I have anxiety, so my default state of being is just like high strung, on edge. Like, my cortisol levels are always like above baseline, like just perpetually. And that's like just who I am. That's just who I am, and I've come to accept it. Everyone's like, I'm so concerned for you, Kendall. I'm so concerned for you, Kendall. Like, you can't seem to chill. That seems like a personal problem that you're concerned, because I'm not concerned. This is my perpetual state of being. And it's just that way. It's just gonna be that way. But I got my nails done before my audition. Well, I got my nails done before my audition workshop for the K-pop dance team that I was telling you about. Why was it actually the most humiliating experience of my entire life? Oh, and the dog is gonna jump on the bed. Say hi, Alex. Say hi, Alex. Say hi to the people, Alex. This is the family dog, Alex. He's a lab mix with a bunch of other stuff. And he's a psycho. He's about to rip into my chimney right now. He's about to rip into my chimney right now. Shout out Jimin one time. Shout out Jimin one time. Shout out Alex. Oh, he's sitting on the bed. Wow, this is crazy. We'll see how long that lasts. Sorry, I got my nails done before my audition for this K-pop dance group, right? Most humiliating thing I think I've done in the last like 3 years of my life. I have never been more aware of my body, derogatory, aware of my body, parentheses, derogatory, in a long time. So, as I said, the nails took a long time. The nails took a long time. So I didn't make it to the workshop until about 2 minutes before I was starting. So I didn't even have time to have like my usual perpetual like anxiety freak out and like push that down, and hadn't eaten a bite of food. So I get in there, I do the whole check-in situation because you do have to pay for the workshop. Straight into stretching, straight into stretching, straight into stretching. Left my water in the car. I was near fainting. I hadn't had a bite of food And for some reason, I didn't read that it said intermediate slash advanced. Oh, I haven't taken a dance class since high school. I haven't taken a dance class since high school. I've been dancing and learning dances on my own. So I hadn't experienced dancing and working out and warming up. It's the dog. In front of other people in a very, very long time. So, like, think baseline anxiety, right? I'm already a high strung person, right? Go ahead and double it and give it to the next one. Go ahead and double it and give it to the next person. Because, like, I was shaking from the combination of anxiety, no food, left my water in the car, and I was too anxious to go back to the car and get my water and then come back in during the little breaks that they were giving us. Oh, oh, recipe for disaster. And you'll never guess what the choreography for the audition piece is. You'll never guess. You'll never guess. Walk by NCT 127. And not just the fun little easy chorus, because mind you, this is some of the easiest 127 choreography that they've had in a hot minute, right? The dance break at the end with the intricate footwork where Mark and Mahechan look like sexy. Yeah, that dance break. That dance break. Yeah, that dance break. So I was struggling. And I was so embarrassed that I was almost like, I'm not going through with the audition because it's workshop first, audition this week. Actually, tomorrow. It's actually tomorrow when I'm filming this. I was like, do I want to put myself through that? Do I want to put myself through that? But here's the thing. I paid. I paid money. So I have to go because that frugal gene in me runs deep. That frugal gene from my mother, Latricia Antoinette, that frugal gene, money will not be wasted if I have anything to do with it. Money will not be wasted if I have anything to do with it. So now I have to go to the audition. So I've been practicing all week. And it was looking really bad for a while. I was like, I'm going to humiliate. Like, it's really bad. It was looking rough. But I think I finally got it to a point where, like, I could perhaps be considered to be a part of this. And to be honest, I don't need any more responsibilities and commitments at this point in time. But I just need something that's not going to that damn school. And back home, like, I'm losing my mind. So that's that. Wish me luck on my audition. Walk by NCT 127. I've been trying to study Haechan's dance style in particular because I just admire him as a performer. And another person I think is an underrated performer in 127 is Jonathan Suh. I've been saying for years that he has the best facial expressions. He's so into it, and his expressions don't seem overdone. Like, I know we have the cherry bomb meme. Okay, he was in it. He was feeling it. I don't think that it was Johnny's fault. I think that choreography is goofy as fuck. Who's sitting there doing that? Who is sitting there doing that? Johnny was giving everything that needed to be gave in that particular moment. The choreography is what's goofy. Johnny himself, his facial expressions, I think, are very, very well done. And his stage presence is very, very good, especially when he likes the title track. And so he really likes Walk. And you can tell by the way he executes the choreography. And then Haechan is just smooth, tactile. Not tactile, tactful. Smooth, tactful, the way he attacks the choreography, but makes it look soft and easy. Like, I love K-pop dancers who make the choreography look easy, but not like they're under dancing. Another idol I think does this is Ryujin. I think she makes ITZY choreography look easy. The way she is aware of her lines and her shapes, she makes it make it look easy. Le Seraphim, that highlight medley, it's kind of giving. We do need to abolish, like, unnecessary ballads at the end of the album. No one's listening to that shit. So just don't put it on there. And I don't want it at the concerts, honestly. I'm not going to the AT's concert to listen to a ballad. Unless it's Jungkook. unless it's shallow. Like, I'm not going to a Seraphim concert to listen to a ballad. So turn that shit off. Stop putting ballads at the end of your K-pop EPs. We don't need it unless you're literally Onu, unless you're literally Taemin. You know what I mean? Like, we really don't need it. We don't need it. So where was I going with that? Document. I'm gonna look at my notes. Okay. So today, I'm also, like, it's in addition to something. I am gonna list off my bias list, okay? I think it's integral information if we're gonna move forward with this damn podcast, right? That you know my bias list. Because I have a type. I have a type. Where is my bisexual king and or queen? Where are they? Where is my boy that looks like a girl, my girl that looks like a boy? I asked for so much. I asked for so much, and I'm constantly giving and I'm not receiving. Constantly giving and I'm not receiving. I want someone who looks gay but is bisexual. Or perhaps they are gay. And I just am there for moral support. Like, let me just, if you're, what I'm trying to say, if we're being honest, if your name is Kim Hong-jung, please let me kiss you on the mouth. Just one time. Just one time. So, bias list. In 80s, Hong-jung. In NCT as a whole, I could sit here and list 6 people, like I really could. But right now, I'd say my top 3 are Mark, Jaehyun, and Taeho, which is a very interesting top 3. Very interesting top 3. I feel like not a lot of those solo fandoms overlap. So Mark, Jaehyun, Taeho. In TXT, my bias is Bumgyu. Yeah, we're kind of seeing the thread, or we're kind of seeing the line here. In Shiny, my bias is Key. Although I am a big Taemin supporter, I am a member of the Taemin cult. My bias is Key. Love Little Freaks. Love Little Freaks. And Itzy, my bias is Rujin. I am in love with that woman in a way that is actually concerning. So I will be keeping the commentary on that to a minimum, but I just want to say that she's beautiful, talented, amazing, funny, smart, charismatic, lovely, striking, enthralling, enrapturing. She is infatuating. She occupies my dreams, and I think she's my dream woman. I think she's my dream woman. Next bias, Red Velvet, because I'm like kind of like peaking in my Red Velvet phase right now. Seulgi, my 3rd generation mother. I want to be Seulgi. I want to be with Seulgi. I want to kiss Seulgi. I want to look like Seulgi. I need her to do like a spreadsheet of where she shops and where she buys her clothing. And her YouTube channel is very great. SM, can you let her upload on that a little bit more? Just a little bit more, just a little bit more. I'm sure she's busy, but MP1 Harmony. Jiyoung. That's my man. That's my man. I think he's so beautiful. I think he's so talented. His vocal timbre. I think the P1 Harmony vocal line is very impressive because they blend very well together, but they have very unique timbres. Like Taeho, Jiyoung, and Kiho have very different timbres, but they sound very lovely together. I'm a big fan of Jiyoung's timbre when he sings. I love his style. I think he's very dorky, nerdy, artsy, attainable. He's for me. He's my type. He's my type. In Stray Kids, take a wild guess. Let's take a wild guess. Felix. It's Felix. It's Felix. It's Felix. It's Felix. It's Felix. It's always been Felix. It's always going to be Felix. It's my first bias. And then I was led astray. No pun intended. And I came back to my roots. Because sometimes you just have to like the popular thing. You don't always have to bias the obscure person. Like, you don't. You really don't. It's okay to like popular things. Felix looks like if a boy don't grow out a baby. The freckles. Can you imagine winning the genetic lottery like that? I would never shut up. If I looked like Felix. I would wreak havoc on this world. So the fact that he looks like that and he's a nice person, big ups. And you're like, looks don't equate to morality. Sure. But pretty people can get away with a lot of bullshit. So the fact that he's not getting away with said bullshit, big ups to Felix. So that is my general bias list right now. Low-key Yoongi and RM are my ults too. But I'm not talking about BTS anymore. I've had enough. I don't know what's real or fake anymore. I don't know what's real or fake anymore. So I'm not talking about that shit. I'm not talking about it. Because where's the journalism? Where's the integrity? I don't know what's real or fake anymore. Because I'm telling my faking real. Taemin. Sex in the air. First of all, this comeback. First of all, calling the album Eternal is eatery. Calling the album Eternal is eatery. He said, bitch, I'm here to stay. Taemin said, I'm here to stay. Eternal. Eternal. Taemin is the idol of idols despite how much streams he gets. And so, the fact, I talked about this last week, so I'm going to skim over this. It is in my notes, though. Taemin, you're everything and more. They can never be you. They want to be you, but they can't. They want to be you, but they can't. They want to have your status, but they can't. They want to have your domestic popularity and international power, but they can't. They want to be androgynous like you, but they can't. They want to be innovative like you, but they can't. They want to dance like you, but they can't. They want to be post-military era, post-big three company era, still pulling numbers, still pulling strings, still influencing the industry, but they can't. They will never be you, Taemin, because you have it, because you're it, because you're the idol of idols, and they will never be able to take that away from you, my friend. They will never be able to take that away from you. People watched Taemin growing up on the TV and said, yeah, I'm about to be an idol. They can't take that away from me. Additionally, dim joints. I'm actually obsessed with you, and I do think that he needs some sort of award. Either like Melon need to give him that check. KBS, somebody needs to give him some sort of end of the year award at these K-pop shows, in addition to a Nobel Peace Prize. Because it's actually getting absurd, the list of hits. It's actually getting absurd, the list of hits. And even the B-sides that he be making. Time Lapse? Who remembers? You had to be on the timeline when that song dropped. I actually was gobsmacked. So much so, his influence is so evident that you'll get a song, you'll get an album like Walk by NCT 127, and Dim Joints won't be on it. But he's influenced SM and K-pop as a whole, that you can still hear the influences. Raindrop? Tell me that don't sound like a Dim Joints track. Tell me that doesn't sound like a Dim Joints track, but just like scaled back. Like I think it could have been crazier. Never mind the XG poison. Sorry, I did see that on Twitter and I thought it was hilarious. Never mind the XG poison. But what Dim Joints is doing for NMIX, I still listen to NMIX because of Tank. I didn't understand OO at first. I didn't understand it. I'm happy to say I've seen the light. OO, Joa. Yeah, I've seen the light since then. But Tank, I'm so freaky fishy. First of all, quintessential, nonsensical K-pop English. Give it to me. It's a meal every time. All eyes on me now. It's still the Mon. It's too pointless, and we're still young and wild. We're going to find a new world to be mine. Quintessential K-pop English nonsense, right? I'm so freaky fishy. I'm so freaky fishy. And big ups to Lily for You Can See It. Pia Ola. Kumko Aton Mirage. I'm not even going to attempt to sing that note in that. Anyway, Dim Joints. That was for you. So, to recap, Taemin, you're everything. Dim Joints, you're also everything. And continues to do it. Supernova? Supernova? I know aespa's looking at those checks with a smile on their face. I was looking at their streams just on Spotify, just out of curiosity. Those women are here to stay. You see what happens when you're talented? You see what happens when you prioritize singing? Because those stages were a little funky at the beginning. Those aespa stages were a little funky at the beginning. And we just have to be honest. But they got that shit together. They got that on lock. Ning Ning, they will never be you. I love Ning Ning. Add her to the bias list, actually. Ning Ning, they will never be you. Xiaojun, they will never be you. I'm just adding biases now. I have the document and I'm not using it to stay on track. Ning Ning, they will never be you. Dim joints, they will never be you. Taman, they will never be you. Thank you. I hope I've spoken enough in detail. I always am curious about how real idols' personas are, or conversely, how real the idea of idols constructing a persona is. The example that comes to mind is Hechan dropping his customer service voice. So he has this sunny persona as Hechan, but Donghyuk is a different person, right? It's his Sasha Fierce. It's his Sasha Fierce. So I think about like having a type in people that I bias, right? And what is that based on psychologically? Is it I see myself in these people? I am aspiring to be these people. Like, what's the deal? I just love like a very artsy, very in tune with themselves sort of idol. Hong Jung's whole thing is that there's no one like me. You know what I mean? I think Bumgyu has a really cool mix of him being very comedic, but he's also very pensive and emotionally intelligent. And he writes these guitar songs. Similarly with Mark, like I think there's a lot of dichotomy to him where he has a little bit of like an artsy author persona and this cool style, but he's also very charismatic and demanding on stage. Key, very in tune with himself, very fashionable, very influential in that way, and inspiring to me and just being yourself and going after your dreams full throttle. That's another reason why I'm forcing myself to go through with this audition because I feel like I would regret it if I went through all the trouble of overcoming the anxieties to get to the workshop itself, only to not see some sort of feedback on me moving toward the goal of being on a dance team and dancing in front of other people. So, getting existential over a bias list, you've got to be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. But I do think the psychology of K-pop is very interesting, and I would love for there to be more studies on parasocial relationships, K-pop marketing tactics, K-pop personas as a draw into fans. I think it's very interesting. I think it's very interesting. I think fan bases, just even outside of K-pop, I think of other things that I enjoy, like anime or film community, but booty ass. I actually hate film bros so much. Y'all can all kick rocks. I was a film major in college. Everyone who's majors in film, you can kick rocks. Myself included. Kind of the most insufferable people on the planet, to be completely honest with you. To be completely honest with you. But anyway, I think of the psychology of those communities and how and why they're formed and how they differ. And I think parasocial relationships is at the center of K-pop right now, and there's just so much to talk about there. On my document, I have. Is it fucked up for me to be like on my document? Does that take away the immersion? Should I not say that on my document? Anyway, katseye. They have a documentary out on Netflix. And I'll be so dead ass with you. I'm not watching all that. No, I'm not. I'm not watching all that. But I do have a lot to say on the 3 clips that I've seen about katseye. So, if you don't know, you've been living under a rock, I guess. Katseye was formed from a survival show under Hybe in collaboration with Geffen Records, and they're making a global girl group. So all of the girls in the group are of different nationalities, other than Korea. There's one Korean girl. I can't think of her name. I was about to say Yoonjae. Is that right? But I'm thinking of the girl from Le Seraphim. I'm thinking of Eunchae, but maybe her name is Yoonjae. And if her name is not Yoonjae, please do not find my IP address. It's not even don't even deep it like that for real. Like it's really not even that deep. Anyway, katseye created with Hybe and Geffen Records to create a global girl group. So they have a documentary that documents the process of the formation of the group. So behind the scenes of the survival show, behind the scenes of the inception of the concept, the vision, and how they were training together to get to this point of debuting as a group. I have a few questions. I have a few things to say. Are they K-pop or are they not K-pop? They're saying it's a global group that functions in the K-pop system. Hey, so what does that mean? Hey, so what does that mean? A lot of people consider XG to be K-pop because they're a Japanese group, but they function and promote in Korea, so they're a K-pop group. I think Black Swan is a K-pop group. There are no Korean members in Black Swan, and they sing in Korean. They promote in Korea. K-pop group. Is Lisa K-pop because she promotes in Korea, but her songs are in English thus far? Lisa, can you teach me Japanese? I said hi hi. Eatery. Anyway, I said hi hi. And I do say that periodically because she ate with that. Lisa, can you teach me Japanese? I said hi hi. What is it with me repeating things 3 times? I don't understand that. I don't know why I do that. I'm so sorry. And I'm also speaking at a speed that is actually insufferable. So I'm going to slow down just a little bit because I do have a lisp. And I'm going to slow down. Back to the essential question. Teacher pedagogy, if you will. What is the essential question of this lesson? Is katseye K-pop? I guess. The umbrella is getting more and more broad. So sure. I don't even really care whether or not they are. I didn't like the song debut, but I do like Touch. It's definitely like an illit spoof. Touch. Thought about you way too much. Much. Very K-pop. That's very K-pop. But I want to talk about the documentary and the clips that I saw of Manon being villainized. She was the scapegoat in the clips that I saw. So maybe this is different in context. Don't know, don't care, will not be watching it. I don't have the energy. I really don't care that much. I'll be so dead ass. I don't care. I care more so about the conversation that we can glean from this. And my bed has wheels and it's falling back and it's making me upset. I've been so upset this whole week. Like every little thing makes me very angry. And it's something that I do need to work on, but you know what I mean? You know what I mean? But no. Am I gonna get to the point? I'm gonna get to the point right now. The standards to which Black women are held is insane. If we don't smile at someone one time, if we accidentally don't say hello to someone one time, if we doze off one time, oh, she's mean. She thinks she's too good for this. Manon literally had COVID and had to miss rehearsals. She's not dedicated. And so it's this high standard to which we're being held, coupled with some sort of jealousy, because Black women are held to standards, we rise to the occasion. Because we don't succeed otherwise. We have to exceed and excel if we want to move anywhere in our life. Like, we can't just be mediocre. We can't pass on mediocrity. We have to be good and then some. We have to be fantastic and then some. We have to be perfect and then some. Because if not, we get these things of like, we're uppity. We're rude. We think we're better than everyone else. Blah 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 blah. I have a horrible resting face. I have a horrible resting face. I have social anxiety and I'm shy. People are always like, I thought you were a bitch before I met you. You thought I was a what? Me? Huh? I cry when the wind blows the wrong way. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not hurting anyone's feelings anytime soon. I do not think I'm better than the next person in any sense of the word, in any sense of the concept. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just me at the end of the day. So seeing those clips of that Slovakian girl being like, people like me never get represented. What planet are you on? What planet are you on? You're blonde, white, and skinny with lip fillers. Sorry, had to peep it. If we're being dead ass. I have to take a break because, hold on. Slovakian girl. That's where I was. You're blonde white with lip fillers, and you're talking about people like me never get represented. And she's only popular because she's pretty. Have you ever taken a second to think that maybe we want some representation too? Now, do I feel particularly represented by Manon? Not necessarily. Not necessarily, because we could go into the whole like paper bag rule situation and colorism. Like we could get into that, or we could hop over there, but I'm not going to because I'd like to keep my peace of mind. I'd like to keep my peace of mind. But for the people that can and do relate to Manon a little more, why is that a bad thing? Like, why are you seeing that as a threat to you? Like, step your cookies up. Like, step your cookies up. Like, you either have it or you don't. You either have it or you don't. You either have it or you don't. So if you're upset that she has star power, that she has that it factor, which I don't know, I think it's a bit of an elusive concept anyway, but whatever it is, I do think Manon has it. T! T! You know what I mean? I do think she has it. However elusive it is. And if you don't have it, I'm so sorry. But also, I just think it's a numbers game too. Let's think about probability wise. How many are in katseye? Six girls? At a certain point, you have to start reasoning with yourself. Like, if you're not ranking high, like, maybe I'm not going to make it. And that's, I'm certain that it's a lot harder to cope with that in the moment when your dreams are within reach and you can kind of see it fall into the wayside. I'm sure that is actually horrible. I saw the clip of Laura talking about the rankings and how being numbered is odd. Like, I'm sure that fucks with your head heavy. Like, I'm sure that is not good for your mental health, okay? So I do have empathy for that. Like, I really do see that and understand that. But it's like, to say as a white person that you're not being represented is a little nuts, though. I'm sorry. Because the difference between race, nationality, and ethnicity be kicking y'all's ass. It kicks your behind. It was kicking my ass for a while. But I sat down in that AP Human Geography class and put my nose in a book. And put my nose in a book. You know what I'm saying? So you're talking about representation. Or the lack thereof as a white person from Slovakia. Talking about you're not represented. As a, to be honest, you don't even believe that. It's a guise so that you seem less mean about the fact that you just don't like this girl because you think the only reason she's getting attention is because she's pretty, which Manon is pretty. Black women can be pretty. Black women are pretty. And I'm sorry that you have to cope with that. I'm sorry that you have to deal with that. That is a contributing factor of the entertainment industry. I would say a hot 60% of idols are there because they're pretty. And had nothing to do with their talent. I could use Vicha as a comparison point because I did watch A to K because I was just fascinated by the concept of JYP creating a global group. Where are my sisters? Where are my children? Where is Vicha? Why weren't they at Lollapalooza? Where are my children? Kendall, the girl Kendall in the group. She in that group because she's pretty. She passed that initial audition because she was pretty. And she worked to the point where she can keep up with her group mates. Gabby and Black Swan, she in that group because she pretty. Gabby could not dance, my friends. Gabby, let's be for real. Gabby could not dance. But if you look at those roll-up promotions, what was Gabby doing? Throwing it back because she put in the work. She put in the work. So a huge contributing factor of the entertainment industry is whether or not you're pretty. I thought we all knew this. Sabrina Carpenter, talented as all can be. That woman is beautiful. She is gorgeous. She is gorgeous. I was scrolling on TikTok, Sabrina Carpenter makeup tutorial, and I still am on the hunt for the blush. I am. One that's not going to put me in poverty. I am. It's really that serious. So I think it's so fascinating. I also think it's an interesting marketing decision to have that in the documentary post music debut. I guess it's the all press is good press approach because I am speaking about them. We are discussing cat's eye, right? So I think discourse is a viable marketing strategy, and I think that that was the purpose of it. I am curious how real it is, but in my experience as a black woman, I do think it's probably pretty real. I do think there's some reality to those conversations that were being had. I did see another clip of Sophia. Don't really care. Don't care. That one clip though about that Slovakian girl that threw me for a loop. I was like, underrepresented as a white blonde woman with filler, bad filler might I add. That's neither here nor there. I think plastic surgery is cool if it looks good. Why did I say that? That's actually really bitchy. I'm actually not. I actually don't think I agree with that. Because why would I say that? I'm so sorry. Anyway, whatever, bro. Whatever. I I think another reason why I wanted this podcast is that I can debrief on all my pop culture stuff because I don't have the time to consume it or talk about it during the week because I'm so tired. As previously mentioned, I am a school teacher. I did just finish my second week of school, and these kids are built different. These kids are built differently. These kids are built differently. And I thought everyone was being pessimistic when they were telling me that. No, it's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. But I have something for their asses on Monday. Oh, and when I get the seating chart, and they're not sitting next to any of their friends because I've taken detailed, meticulous notes and observations about who talks with who. Oh, I'm gonna have something for that ass. I'm gonna have something for that ass, and they're gonna hate me before they like me. Because that's usually what I have to do anyway. Like I have to establish some sort of. I hate the word control. Let's use the word authority. Some sort of authority and a level of separation, especially because I look young and I am young. We have to establish some sort of degree of separation before we can get into, like vibing with one another. Because the kids, they're smart, they're fun, they're cool. I I don't know what I did wrong in the first week that I feel like there's not much respect there. I think it could just be as simple as they just want to talk to their friends, which I understand. Um, but I am facilitating language acquisition at the same time as teaching to a standardized test. So there's two goals that we have to achieve and two very important goals because unfortunately like if you don't pass the standardized tests here in Texas you can't graduate from high school and at the very least in this day and age you need your diploma or GED equivalent just to do much of anything. Most like post high school sort of certified labor jobs, like you need your GED at the very, very, very least. So I think I'm just gonna have a candid conversation with them about the purpose of it and give them some sort of purpose for being here. So it doesn't feel like I'm just like blah 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 talking English. Because I teach English as a second language. Blah 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 blah. Talking English. You know what I mean? I think that's what they're hearing. Or blah 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 blah. Read this text that doesn't apply to me. You know what I mean? I want to give them something tangible that they feel that they are getting something out of it. If not for a real world application, then appealing to their interests. So I'm trying to learn about their interests as well. Like what music do they like? What movies do they like? I'll have a lot of kids that like K-pop and anime, Steven Universe, a lot of Disney shows, a lot of kids like Gravity Falls, which I was like, hey, Slay, I can incorporate some of those things into a lesson. Like we can read song lyrics and annotate them for poetic language. You know what I mean? Like I think I'm just gonna have to get creative in tandem with being harsh on the classroom management end, so that I can establish order to make way for fun. I am also just not getting much support, and I think that's why a lot of new teachers quit. There's been people that have quit already. We're in the second week of school. You know what I mean? And I can understand. Because Wednesday, I was about ready to walk out that bitch. I was about ready to walk out that bitch. But I sat down, I sat my black behind down, and I said, first of all, I need a job. Second of all, y'all not gonna run me out of my own classroom. What? What? I took a minute. I said, this is mine. This is my turf. You're on my land. The land in question being my classroom. That was giving very Christopher Columbus. I did not like that. Anyway, my land. It's just like, again, I had to think. This is my classroom. You're not about to run me off. Like, one thing about me, like I said last week, I'm gonna cry, but I'm gonna move on. I'm in my cry and keep it pushing moment. I'm in my cry and let's keep it going sort of moment. Everyone's like, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. That's weak. It's a waste of time. No, bitch. I'm screaming, yelling at you while I'm crying. You're going to do this annotations while I'm crying. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I'm gonna cry regardless. I'm gonna cry regardless. And it's either cry or punch a wall. It's cry or punch a wall. It really is. It really is. Those are the only two options. So let me cry. Let women cry. 2024. Let women cry. And it not be seen as weakness. But maybe it's cathartic for me. Have you ever thought about that? You don't even like women for real. Because you didn't even think of that. What a shame. What a shame. Mm-mm-mm. I'm getting friend zoned right now. I'm getting friend zoned right now. And I'm going to say something crazy. In the few times that I do attempt at romantic relationships, the few times that I have done that, I'm not used to getting rejected. I'm really not. I'm really not. And it's mostly because I wait to reach out to someone when I'm like 98% certain that the feelings are reciprocated. You know what I mean? Like, I have to feel some sort of palpable, tangible something to like reach on to, you know? And then go from there. And then go from there. So I like this guy that I met in my certification program to be a teacher. And I just have a little crush on him. I don't know what it is. He's a nerdy guy. I like nerds. I do. And I just think he's really sweet and smart and kind and funny. And I think we have a similar sense of humor. And we've been texting, I'd say for like the past 3 weeks. And I'm just getting no indication that any of the feelings that he has towards me is romantic. I'm like, oh my God, I'm being friend zoned. And I'm like double, triple texting, which he is too. But it's just giving bestie vibes. It's giving bestie vibes. And I don't want it to give bestie. Like, for once, I'm like, can you like objectify me? Please, 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 please don't do this to me. Don't friend zone me, please. Please, 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 please. Fall is imminent. Fall is coming. I want to go to a pumpkin patch. I want to go to an apple orchard. I want to go to the arboretum. I want to go get apple cider and eggnog. Please, please, don't do this to me. I'm a star. Look, it's really imminent and it's really important and I'm being friend zoned. And I don't know what to do. Like, maybe I need to like, maybe he's like, I am not sure if she likes me. So I need to like up the flirtiness. Perhaps, perhaps, perhaps. Because I'm on the hunt. I'm on the I'm on the prowl. And it's very serious. And it's very serious. And I would like for him to be my mate. I romance is dead. And I am traumatized. Again, a whole episode will be dedicated to the 30-year-old man lore. Actually, there needs to be a whole episode dedicated to the first 4 months of this year, where I was in a state of mind that I'm surprised that I didn't kick the bucket. Like, it was very, very spooky up here for a very long time. And I just need to rehash that in timeline order so that I can maybe unearth some things. This is also going to be therapy for me. I'm talking about K-pop. I'm talking about my life. I'm talking about therapy. This is what this podcast is for me, to me. And I'm very hesitant to get back into dating, but it's also like, he's so cute. He's so cute. He put a song on his Instagram notes, and I did add it to my playlist immediately. Down bad, 100%. And it's in Spanish, so my excuse was that I'm learning Spanish, and I think I might ask him to teach me Spanish. That's not flirty though. Anyway, never mind. I don't even want to talk about this anymore. I just got upset. I just got like real life mad. Like I felt the anger bubble up right here. I was like, Jayan's album comes out Monday. I go to my audition Sunday, and then I have to go back to the trenches of the school. I have lesson plans to do. I have to redo those seating charts, like I said, because those kids were playing in my face. I said, I'm not the one. And I'm low-key not about to sit there and yell either. Not me. Not I. And I just think that life could be worse. And I'm grateful. And I'm grateful that it's not. It could be way worse. I'm blessed and highly favored. Any Baptist Christians in the house? Shout out Baptist Christianity. Shout out Baptist Christianity one time. Take me to the King. I'm about to go to brunch. I'm about to go to brunch with some homegirls. So I'm gonna go. But thank you for the first low-key official episode of No One Listens to Kendall, the show where I talk like no one's listening. Please like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at Souls Auntie, on TikTok at Souls Auntie, and on Instagram at Kendall Kendricks for more tomfoolery. Thank you so much. And don't forget, keep talking like no one's listening. Thank you. This is a representation of the state of my mind. Like, get over it. I don't know. Bye.